Good morning, my petty pearls. It is your favorite petty Scorpio from Clutch My Pearls Entertainment. So, today we're going to talk again about radical acceptance. So, I found this quote um, earlier today that I sent out to my list of daily people that I have to get daily quotes. It was something I started a while ago when I first started with my previous job, and I personally think that daily quotes, especially positive ones that are inspirational, or sometimes just little goofy, funny ones, I love to send those out daily because I think something good starts off your day really well, at least on a positive note, and it could make or break a difference for the rest of the day. So, I have found this one because I've been really exploring more about radical acceptance, and I found this really great one that had coping statements, and I wrote them down for myself. So I'm going to share it with all of you who are not on my dailies who wouldn't have seen this. And I think these quotes, these coping statements are really, really good affirmations for those of us who want to repeat these to ourselves in the morning. And when you say these things in the morning and you really believe them, it really does help you put yourself in perspective and put yourself into it helps start you into a different type of mind frame, especially when you're trying to develop something better for yourself mentally and spiritually. So here we go. Coping statements. First one is, this situation is only temporary, which is true. A lot of our situations, whether they're created by us or created by other people, can be temporary. So remember that. Keep that in mind. I can't change what has already happened. Ooh, that's a big one for me. I always get memory backs when I'm having really, really good day, and then I feel like I don't deserve that good day, and I start thinking about stuff that I've done in the past, and it bothers me. And so that one I repeat daily. I can't change what has already happened. I have dealt with difficulties before, and I can deal with this. That's a good one too. I know a lot of people who need to hear that one. I can accept things the way they are. That's a hard one to do as well, because for those who are strong minded, especially myself included, we don't always like to accept things the way they are, especially if they're not going well. So sometimes you just have to accept it and move on. The present is the only moment I have control over. That is very true. You can only control over what's going on right now. You don't have any control over the past. It's already done. Let it go. The future is not always guaranteed, so you can't try to control something that hasn't happened yet. Not everything will go my way, but I can be flexible, which is really good. That one is a good one. Everything is not going to go your way. You have to roll with the times. You have to roll with the flow. You kind of have to, you compromise. That's the word I'm looking for. Sometimes you have to compromise in situations. So be flexible. I won't stress over the things that I can't change. Oh, that one. Woo. Woo. I remember I was big on that. I stressed out on everything that I couldn't change. If I couldn't change it or get it to go the way I wanted to, woo, oh, life was over right then. but but it's not that bad. Life is not that hard, and I think a lot of times we make it that hard because we stress over things that we can't change. So I won't waste my time or energy fighting the past. Oh, listen, there are going to be times where you are going to have people in your life that will continually remind you about the past. They are continually reminding you past, all things you've done in the past, or they are reminders themselves of what you've dealt with in the past. You got to let that go. Let those people go, or let those situations go, or tell them to let it go. And if they can't let it go, then they got to go. I'm just saying. I can't tell you how to live your life, but that's what I've been practicing. I might not like it, but this is what has happened. That, I think that one ties into, I can't change what has already happened. You can't, there's nothing, you might not have liked how things went down, but it went down, it's gone. It's all you can do. It's just move forward and try not to make the same mistakes that you may have made already. How I react in this situation is what I can control in this moment. That's very true. Everyone can take that sentence in very different ways, but definitely how I react in this situation is what I can control in this moment. I take that as I have to be the one to realize how I want to react in any situation, whether it's good or bad. The biggest one is the bad ones. The biggest one is us reacting badly towards certain situations. And so we have to remember that how we react is going to reflect how our day is going to go, how our week may go. You just never know. So sometimes you got to scale it back and think before you react. That's not always easy. I'm not saying any of this is easy. I'm just saying. Sometimes you got to scale it back. I don't have control over the past. That goes back to the other ones about you not liking what may have happened, but it happened. Or, you can't change what has already happened. You don't have control over the past. The past has happened. There's nothing you can do about it. You can't go back into the past. We're not time travelers. That's not how it works. All you can do is learn from the past and see what you can do to make sure that you don't make those same mistakes if they were mistakes. But also reminisce in the good parts of the past too. Some people don't talk about that. Yes, we have memories in our phone and all this other stuff, but we also have memories in our head, the ones that we can remember. And sometimes you need to just rejoice in those good moments. And even if that means flipping through your phone to go and look at old videos or old pictures to remember what you felt at during that time, sometimes you got to do that. And that's not a bad thing. You're just reminiscing about the good points. And probably a good idea to delete all those bad things out of your phone. Just putting that out there too. The last one is I can't predict the future and I am okay with that. That one is, I'm still struggling with that one. It's not that I want to predict the future. I would just like for things to go a certain way in the future as things progress, even if it's a day or two ahead, sometimes a year or two ahead. I would like for things to happen. I would love to predict the future and it go the way that I want it to, but that doesn't always happen. So I have to really remember that I have to live in the present and not so much try to live in the future. And that's just my take on it. Everyone has a different take on all of these coping statements. I'm just telling you from my point of view, my how the coping statements reflect towards me. So those are your coping statements that hopefully some of these will help you. I know a lot of these pertain to me, so I repeat these for myself. There are also 7 things that I saw as well. And it says 7 things you might need to hear today. And because it's a lovely Monday, and I feel like since we're all here, that these 7 things, someone who is listening to this is going to need. So I'm going to give them to you. The first one is bad days don't last forever. Simple enough. Bad days don't last forever. So don't wallow in those bad days. You deserve to be happy. Yes, you do. You deserve to be happy. Everyone deserves to be happy. And so do you. It's okay to be both a masterpiece and a work in progress. That one is the biggest thing. Some people don't realize that you can be a masterpiece and still be working on yourself. You can still be both. Don't think that you have to be this masterpiece and you don't have no work to work on yourself, and then you're looking at yourself and why you're making the same mistakes because you're not working on yourself. Working on yourself is probably a daily thing, a weekly thing, a monthly thing for most people, but you're still going to grow. As you get older, you grow with wisdom. So you're always going to be a work in progress, but that doesn't mean that you're not a masterpiece. Don't let anyone dim your light. Let it shine. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do anything, that you shouldn't do this or shouldn't do that if it's going to make you happy. And it kind of depends on what it is that makes you happy. Listen, everybody got their little things. Just, everyone has a positive and lovely light to shine. So shine it. Get out there. Be the sun or the moon at night or the stars. It's okay to ask for help. Oh, that one. That one. It's okay to ask for help. That's a big one. Big one. I know it's a big one for me because I felt like asking for help meant I was a failure, and it is not. Everyone at some point in your life, at some point in your day, in some point in your week or month, you need a little help, and there's nothing wrong with asking for it. Okay. It does depend on the help though, and it depends on who you ask. I will say that. I will say that. Um, but I feel like, as far as most times, people who are trying to get their life together or have their life together, they just need that little bit of extra help, usually are harder to, they put in their minds, just like I did, that asking for help means you're a failure, and it's not true. It is not true. Asking for help does not mean you're a failure. It just means that you really need that help. I've asked my mom for help quite a few times, and I hated asking her for help. And it's not to say that she thought any less of me. I just felt like, as her child, I shouldn't be asking her for help for anything. I'm a grown person. I should be doing this on my own. But that's not the case. And my mom was always willing to help and everything, and she never made me feel bad about it. So it's okay to ask for help. Also know you're doing your best. And if you don't feel like you're doing your best, it's probably because somebody is telling you that you're not doing your best, and that's not true. Or you're in your own head thinking you're not doing your best. You are doing your best. That's all I'm gonna say. You're doing your best. And again, you deserve to be happy. You deserve it. So get out there and start getting that together so that you can be happy, because you deserve to be happy. All right, my petty pros, that is all I have today for you. I hope everyone under the sound of my voice has a really great day and an even better week and an even better weekend. And I will talk to y'all later. I like my train of thought like got lost for a moment because I looked over here and looked at something, and I just messed myself up on that. But because I'm real and I don't do the bloopers thing, y'all saw it in real. Y'all saw that blooper. I'm not taking it out either. Anyways, remember, be poised, stay petty, never compromise.